Blog Talk Radio.
Can say if you love go. A little Ozzy a little bit off the main venue there, huh? Did that surprise you guys? We're coming off of the rails. I'm going off the rails on this crazy train because that's what's happening. Just, it's so appropriate. I was like, I've got to get that song, and I've got to put it in the show notes, and or in the music doc. And I got to play it because the train is coming off the track, folks. I mean, tonight's program is going to be a triple spatula 5-point harness, buckle up, and freak out kind of night. I mean, it's coming off the rails. Todd called me earlier today and said, have you seen we were talking about all this stuff. I was talking about, Hillary and Obama, and I was going to do this video. He said, have you seen her logo? And I said, no, I haven't seen her logo yet. Surprise. Dave likes to play, crazy train when he has a plate of meatloaf and mashed potatoes, but it's a little more the gravy train thing. It's good dinner music when you have meatloaf and gravy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm responding to the chat room. I try not to get too involved, but Dave Shadow wrote, I don't much like trains, except maybe gravy trains. Anyway, oh my goodness, guys. Tonight's program is going to be a real barn burner. The record will speak for itself. Just like in a court of law, you know who's guilty in a court of law, If you've ever been in a court of law, and as you've seen all kinds of evidence produced, it's pretty obvious, what the deal is. Tonight's program is just going to be redundantly obvious. And I'd like to start with a prayer. We're going to start with a prayer, and then we're going to start with just a couple confirmations. We're going to go back to the last show for maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes, because I want to remind you of something. Yeah, y'all remember I've talked about this before. Have you ever noticed at this radio program how the Lord will take something we were talking about the previous show and He'll have it roll over into the next show by confirming something from the last show supernaturally? You know what I'm talking about? Have y'all noticed how it's a very common occurrence that the Lord will take something that, we talked about on the last show, and between the next show, He will confirm something that was in the last show in a way that's so supernatural, it's like, you got to be kidding. Well, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And then we're going to roll out just the evidence. Let's just call it the evidence, because it's just a stack, a pile of mind-destroying evidence. And a lot of thanks to Dave the Wave, and I saw y'all in the chat room. Yeah, thank Dave, because Dave is tortured by me. I get to torture Dave on a daily basis and say, hey, could you help put these show notes together? And then, Dave comes up with some of this stuff too while he's putting this stuff together, and, it just kind of rolls in, and it's mind-boggling. So anyway, tonight's information, we will not have enough time to cover. I guarantee it. There's no way. Tonight's show note link, we're looking at probably 2 to 3 shows. So anyway, let's cover what we can, and I'll make sure we get to the really gnarly stuff. There'll still be a lot of gnarly stuff left over, but let's hit the stuff that's most pertinent first. All right. Now, remember, we all have the same spirit in us. If you're a born-again Christian, you have a new server. You serve a new master. You no longer serve your flesh because you've been born of an incorruptible seed, an incorruptible spirit, And that is your down payment on eternal life. Because of that incorruptible spirit that lives within us, now we can pray, we can speak to our Father, our God. God is our dad, by the way. He's daddy. That's who God is. He's dad. So now we can talk to dad without fear of, judgment. Because before we got saved, talking to God was like an elusive, nebulous, I don't really even know, or I'm not sure if I believe he hears what I say. Now we know he hears what we say. We know he's living in us. We know we're connected to the server, and he is the server. And so now we just, we talk back to him, and he communicates to us. So let's begin with talking to Dad. Amen. All right. In the name of Yeshua, Abba, Father, thank you. I know that I think I speak for all of us when I say we are so eternally grateful. And I do mean eternally grateful. I am so grateful for the food I eat during a regular day, for the hot shower at the end of the day, to have a vehicle to go to the grocery store, to do what I need to do, even though I'm, rolling around in a lot of pain. And I know a lot of other people are too. We're glad it's not any worse than it is. I'm glad that whatever I'm able to do, I'm still able to do it, even though, we all have different levels of impairment. Some of us have none, but, some of us have different levels. Regardless of the level, I'm grateful. And that is so unlike what used to be my personality. And I'm just so grateful. I know we're all so grateful for what you've done for us, and that you went to the cross and suffered such a brutal, brutal death in order to get us back. And therein lies our faithfulness and our loyalty to you, that we always remember what you did for us and how you suffered for us and how you purchased us back with your blood. And Father, just let us always be mindful of that, and that we were not purchased with gold or silver, but with the blood of Christ, your Son, which was you in the flesh. Lord, I pray that this program tonight is edifying to all that hear it. Amen. Yeah, I'm buzzing, man. I'm just like, woo! All right, let's get started. If you're looking at you now, I'm going to go ahead and switch off the Mind Destroyer. I mean, there's so much to talk about. Let's keep it right, like I said. I don't want to get really too far off track. By the way, before I start the program, guys, just ministry support-wise, if there's people that can support the ministry, guys, I don't think we have really any real time left at all. I mean, I really don't. When y'all see the program tonight, you can decide yourself. But please, whoever's able to, help keep the ministry afloat until it's over, because we're coming to the end of it. So that's all I'm asking. All right. Now let's get into this. I wanna slowly scroll through the show note links. There's so many, it's just crazy. Okay. The very top clip says Kleck video clip. It's the egg. Y'all remember from the last program, the egg that was in the nest that's upside down? Y'all remember that, right? Okay. We're going to revisit that just for a moment. And then there's another video clip that says Kleck video clip V for Vendetta. And then Hillary 9/11 logo, Apollyon's candidate. And then, gee whiz, there are so many links. Okay, well, you know what? Let's get into the very first images. Everybody that has your show note link, please open your show note link, and please go down to the rows of images. And we're going to start with picture A3, the upside down nest. Now, regardless of what's going on with the egg in the nest, what's really fascinating is that the tree limb, I went out and looked at that tree limb. The tree limb grew under the eave of my neighbor's house. And what it did was it forced the limb to turn upside down. So the limb couldn't go straight up anymore. It hit, the fascia and the soffit, and it turned the limb upside down. And the egg that was in the nest, in the nest went with the limb as it grew upside down. So I'm probably going to go ahead and cut that down and keep it as a little memento because it's still in my body. But there is an egg in a nest that's upside down. Well, what's the significance? Well, if you come to this ministry, you know that the very first thing the Lord God did to Jonathan Kleck was he turned him upside down. It's the first thing he did to me in the room, in the hotel. He told me, read the tags and the clothes you're carrying. That was my very first audible communication from the Lord God. He told me, read the tags and the clothes you're carrying. And I looked at Lou and I said, some source is communicating with me. And she looked at me like, you've gone off the deep end. And I said, he's telling me, and I knew it was a he, by the way. I said, he's telling me to read the tags and the clothes I'm carrying. And I had a couple shirts, pair of shorts. And I read the first tag. It said 100% nylon. And then the Lord God told me, turn it upside down. And I said 100%. And then I turned it upside down and it said no lion, Nolyn. And that's when the Lord said to me, you must not tell 1% lie. In order to receive what I'm giving you, it's 100% truth. Because he was going to give me the 100% truth. Therefore, I had to speak 100% truth. Okay. So anyway, that's the significance of the right side up, upside down thing. So when I see an egg upside down in a nest, of course, I find it weird. I was like, that is so strange. So I photographed it. There it is. It's on your screen. That's picture A3. Well, let me show you something that happened the very next day of picture A3. I got an email, and I thought it was the most bizarre email. Everybody that's looking at your show notes, look at, let's see, let me look at the next picture. I think it's, I'm sorry, I'm having to scroll through two computers very quickly. There's so many images. Look at picture A2. If you could look at picture A2. Picture A2 says time, hatch time. And then underneath it, it says last day. It's time, hatch time. What a bizarre email to get from a grocery store. I got that email and I just cracked up. I was like, it's time, exclamation point, hatch time. Well, when that came on the heels of, the egg in the nest that was upside down, and I just got through doing this big video on the Rio Olympics and how it's, it's large vagina and giving birth, to this new race of beings. I was just like, that is absolutely mind-blowing. It's time, it's hatch time. So to me, I knew that the Lord was confirming the fact that I had seen the egg was upside down, and that new race of beings, as well as us, are about to be birthed. It's time, it's hatch time. And underneath it, it says last day. I know that day is coming. Now, I want to show you another very odd anomaly. It's picture R1. It's in the row below. And I don't really watch BP Earthwatch. He had done a video about Obama talking in front of the UN and talking about all the new troops they got, all this stuff, that the UN, how the UN is such a wonderful army, how they're going to take care of everybody. And I looked at it, and I looked at the thumbnail. Y'all see the thumbnail for BP Earthwatch? It's a clock. It's a clock, and the minute hand is a couple minutes before the stroke of midnight. Y'all see that? Well, if you look at the clock, what's on it? Can y'all tell what's on that clock? Let me put the camera a little closer. Can y'all tell what's on that clock? I'm looking at the Blog Talk chat room just for confirmation. Can y'all see that? Yeah, Greg got it. It's nukes going off over a city or in a city. Okay, well, I just happened to notice it. I didn't really make any issue of it, but, you know, it didn't mean, it had no significance until last night at 1:57 a.m. Last night at 1:57 a.m., or actually this morning at 1:57 a.m., I've been working on that shed out back to get ready for the plumbers, because the plumbers are supposed to come over and connect all that pipes, because I did all that digging. You know, I dug all those trenches. And when I came in last night, it was 12:50 something, and I sat down. I was absolutely exhausted, and I sat down, and I was just so tired, and I flipped on the TV. You know, it's like 12:50 something, and I flipped on the TV, and I'm going to show you the scene that came up on my TV. Everybody, if you want to see that, watch that video. Watch Kleck video clip V for Vendetta. Now listen up. The movie that's called V for Vendetta is a very personal movie to me. And the reason is because I had been praying to God. And I said, hey, you know, Lord, you know, I wish you could restore the feeling I had the night I got saved. Remember, like when I prayed, when I looked up and water and light came down on me right after I prayed, you know, with Michael, and I was filled with the Holy Spirit. I wish there was some way to relive it, man. That was the coolest thing in the world. And I wish there was a way for me just to touch that again, what it was like. And oddly enough, Michael Zedek sent me the movie V for Vendetta. He knew nothing about my prayer, but he sent me the movie. And the girl Evie that's in the movie, she ends up, you know, in a fake prison situation where V gets her to overcome her fear of death, and then once she overcomes it, he lets her know it was all just contrived, and he takes her upstairs and lets her walk out of the door, and she walks out into the rain, and she says, God is in the rain. And I got to relive that moment in the alley by watching that movie. It hit me all at once. I just started bawling. I was like, oh my gosh. I literally got to re-experience my moment in the alley, and it was just absolutely mind-boggling. And so the movie V for Vendetta is a very personal movie to me, because that's the way God let me re-experience the night, like I said. So last night when I came in from doing all this, you know, construction at 12:50 a.m., I turned on the TV, and let me show you what came up and what the scene was that came up.
This is just
what the scene was that came up. Here we go. And I literally walked in right at this moment. Here it comes. There we go.
Insane personal confirmation. You can see what time it is. It's 12:57 a.m. I just came in from working, and I just sat down for just a moment to take a break. I turned on the TV, and this is what came on at this point. It's midnight. Listen. The bell.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there for a sec. Did you guys hear what she just said? Did you guys see what just happened? Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah, Radio Jihad. I'm sorry, buddy. You had to go. Let's watch it one more time. Everybody, listen and look at the clock. Look at the clock. Remember the other clock, DP Earth Watch.
Midnight. Listen. The bell.
It's time.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I just got the chill. Oh my gosh. It's time. It's time. I'm telling you, this is impossible. This movie is very personal to me. God is in rain. Wow. It's time. Look at that. Walking in at the craziest moment. Oh my God. I love you.
You said nothing.
Where's my mother? My brother? My friends? Oh my gosh. It was you. It was me. It's time, guys. All of us. Wow. 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 How do you want to get at this very moment? Seriously, if I'm going to sit down at 12:57, unbelievable.
No, I'm not forgetting this month. But I will never forget the man and what he meant to me.
Yeah, there you go. And oddly enough, the logo to my company is a V, like V for Vendetta. The logo to the Sunglass Company is a V for vampires and for Vlad. Now, for me to walk in at that particular moment and Evie say, time, and for me to have an email that says, it's time, hatch time, and there was a tweet by Edward Snowden, and it's on your screen right now. It says LMAO, people thought Snowden was dead because of a tweet. 2 days earlier, Snowden tweeted and subsequently deleted a message to his former co-workers saying, it's time. Look at that. Check it out. Look at this. So here it is. It says, it's time right here. Snowden was tweeting his fellow workers saying, it's time. I had an upside down nest next to my house with an egg in it, and I got an email that says, it's hatch time. Snowden has a tweet saying it's time to his fellow co-workers, or his former co-workers. I come in the house after working till 12:57 a.m. I turn on the TV, and a movie that's very personal to me, the very scene, is Evie saying it's time. Let me show you the clock. There's the clock from V for Vendetta. Look at the clock. Picture R2. You see it? Look at the time. It's a stroke before midnight. Look at the clock on BP Earthwatch on his thumbnail. A couple strokes before midnight. That's not possible. Not in that short of a period of time. There's no way that you could get all those constant heads up saying it's time, it's time, it's time, it's time. I mean, that's just too many of them. And it's too perfect. It's too perfectly synced. That's when you know it's the Lord. All right, now. Oh, geez. Now, I'm not sure how much of this we covered on the last show, but let's just go ahead and cover the Rio Olympics. The opening ceremony for the Rio Olympics, I did a video. I'm sorry, it's a large vagina. I'm going to show you guys the stadium, and I'm going to show you the stadium. It's picture B3 next to two images of the Virgin, and you guys can decide for yourself. And if it is indeed a ceremony that was done to celebrate, the female reproductive system, then you better be sure that the statement or that the meaning behind it has a very distinct message. There was a news article, by the way. It was sent to me by Cookie. Cookie called me up, and there is a mainstream news article that said viewers of the Olympic opening ceremony, here it is, people think the Olympic opening ceremony looked a bit like a giant vagina. That was mainstream media. That's not me, guys. So, if people think I'm coming off the rails because I'm seeing female genitalia everywhere, like in St. Peter's Basilica, no, it's not just me. Here, let's go ahead and look at that picture, and I'll give you a visual on that again. There you go. So anyway, it's just a no-brainer. It's just absolutely a no-brainer. So what are they trying to convey? Well, I'm going to show you some more images that are going to blow your minds. I'm going to do a video on this. I just haven't had time to do a video yet. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. So I want to show you a couple images of what's down in, well, you know what? Let me go back and, you know what? We'll look at picture B6. Okay, so down in this, opening that's supposed to be the female reproductive system, I want you guys to look at the peace symbol. Now, if you were paying attention during the ceremony and you watched all the movement of all this stuff, it looks like cellular reproduction. It looks like cells, dividing. It looks like cellular division, like the way they start dividing up when a fetus is formed. And I want you to look at the peace sign. What do you notice about the peace sign that's down in there? Well, when you see it up close, you can tell, obviously, that the arms of the peace sign are made up by different plants, by plants. They're made up by plants. You see the arms of the peace sign? They're made up by plants. It's also a snare. That's very good, Alyssa. Yes. Dave Shadow wrote in the chat room, the peace sign is also called the cross of Nero. Y'all know who Nero was, right? The Roman emperor, burned Rome. Yep. Killed Christians relentlessly. Okay, so there in the center is a peace sign. It's a snare. It's got two different plants making the arms of the peace sign. But I want you to look at it from above. What does it look like now? What does the peace sign look like now? It's it's an alien head. Well, yeah. Well, it also when you look at it like that from above. Oh, I don't know if any of you guys noticed this, but the way the fireworks went off, they went from one side to the top, and then from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, and from the top to the bottom. They were synchronized that they would turn upside down. The fireworks themselves were set to go one direction, like up, and then they stopped, and then they went down. Then they went up, and then they went down, just like the paradigm. So yeah, what you're looking at is you're looking at the alien down in the female reproductive system is what you're looking at. Y'all see it? So you're looking at the birth of the alien. Yay, the birth of the new race. Yay, that's what you're looking at. That's what that image represents. Now let's get to the really crazy stuff. Let's look at the Olympic Village. This is Dave the Wave. Dave sent me this. I was in shock. I was like, oh my gosh. Everybody have a look at the Olympic Village. Okay. Well, let's talk about it. If you look at the sides over here, if you look over here and you see this crisscross pattern, that is absolutely DNA. That's absolutely DNA over here. It comes to a circle. It makes a pyramid. But let's talk about this thing. What's this long, windy, squiggly thing going there? Yes, it's sperm. Correct. It's the serpent sperm. Oh my gosh. So the Olympic Village is in the shape of an upside down triangle. Hey, y'all remember my house? Y'all remember my house in the neighborhood that Greg sent me? It's an upside down triangle, and my house is the circle, and what's on top of the circle? The crown. Well, they're crowning their king too. Watch this. Just watch. Y'all see the upside down triangle? You see the sperm going to the circle, right? Do you find that just unbelievable? I do. That's mind destroying. But let's keep looking. Watch. Oh yeah, I told you to get your spatulas out. And once again, thanks to Dave the Wave. Dave's the one that sent all this to me. It gets better. Oh yeah, this gets even better. This is gonna blow your mind. Let me do picture E3, which is side by side with the sperm. There you go. Do you see any resemblance? Do you see any resemblance? Oh my gosh. You know, I mentioned it in the other program. I said, what are the lines in Peru that you can only see from the sky? The Nazca lines, right? Well, nothing's changed. You're right. They build it so you can see it from above. That is right. So you're looking at the Olympic Village. Okay, everybody tell me, in the Olympics, everybody, those are the world's best athletes, right? Isn't that what they are, the world's best athletes in the Olympic Village? Yeah. Well, would you think calling them mighty men is a good word? Does that fit Genesis 6? And they were men of renown. When the sons of God had intercourse with human women, they gave birth to men of renown. Well, I want to show you guys the very tip, that circle that's at the tip of the triangle. Dave saw this. Again, this is mind-blowing. Okay, so let's check out that circle. There's the circle at the tip. You see all the things that look like hang gliders? You see all the white things that look like hang gliders right there? Those are the covers, I guess, to keep you in the shade. You see all those? There you go. Alyssa put Genesis 6.4 in the chat room. In those days, there were giants on the earth, and after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, they did bear children to them, and the same became mighty men, men of old, men of renown. Well, I want y'all to look at that green circle. Yes. Let's see what else is in there. It's there's a perfect pentagram in there. Look at the pentagram in there. So the sperm is fertilizing the pentagram. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that what, wait a minute, time out. Isn't that what was on the case against Lucifer? Remember the big bat-winged Lucifer creature with her legs spread and her mouth, her vagina is the mouth of the devil, remember? Remember? Oh, wow. Here it is on the Olympic Village. Oh, my gosh. Uh-huh. Do you think y'all know the truth now? You think you know the truth? You think you guys got the real deal? Well, let me show you something even more interesting. Okay, here, I'm going to do a side-by-side. Look, I'll do a side-by-side. Picture I-4. Look at picture I-4. Oh, my gosh. NASA, we have a problem. The Olympic Village is a big sperm fertilizing a pentagram. Oh, my gosh. And when you look at all the little triangles, they probably represent, a bunch of sperm fighting for the penetration of the egg. Wow, isn't that crazy? I'm seeing the corpus clock, Brittany. Thank you. Here we go. Here we go. Let's keep watching, folks. Okay, here we go. Now, some people may have arguments and say, well, there's a line going down the center of that pentagram. If you look at it, there is a yellow line bisecting it, cutting it in half. But let me show you something else Dave saw. Here's a map, like if you were going to the Olympics and you got one of those nifty little maps like they give you at Six Flags. Let me show you the map. Let's look at the map. Here comes the map. Picture E5. Everybody look at picture E5. Tell me what you see at the tip of the map. What do you see at the tip of the map? What do y'all see at the tip of the map? Oh, yeah, there's a perfect pentagram. Now, does everybody remember how many? Okay, everybody, see if you remember. Answer this question if you can in the chat room. So, how many chromosomes does each parent donate when it comes to cellular reproduction or reproduction? 23, right? Okay, y'all know the story of the sheep and the goats, right? Okay, well, I want to show you guys, this is just absolutely amazing. Picture N1, we're going to go down a little ways, and we're going to go back up. I want to show you guys picture N1. Get your spatula. Okay, look at that. Y'all see the little map pin? Y'all see the map pin that's going in the map where Rio de Janeiro is? It's on what's called the Tropic of Capricorn. Does anybody know what the Tropic of Capricorn is? What's Capricorn? Anybody know? A goat, correct. So the Rio de Janeiro, where they have the sperm fertilizing the Baphomet star, which is a goat, happens to be on the Tropic of Capricorn, which is the goat, which is on the map of the globe. Wow, that's pretty weird. See right there? Well, guess what parallel that is? Guess what the latitudinal line is? Anybody want to take a guess? what the latitudinal line is there? 23. Oh my gosh. You got to be kidding me. Yeah, it's 23. Yeah, it's 23. Well, I noticed something when Giselle was walking out onto the stage. I was noticing, if you were watching really close, you could see her panties. No, I'm kidding. Her dress was designed to accentuate one thing and one thing only. Can somebody tell me what that might be? There's Giselle walking out, and there's her dress. And if you're looking at her dress, I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. I mean, come on. I mean, if you look at her dress, yeah, her package. It's the dress makes a triangle right at her vagina. I mean, come on, guys. Let's just be grown-ups here. Of course it does. I mean, come on. How many guys would not look at that dress? I mean, seriously. And what would they be looking at? I mean, yeah, let's just be real here. Okay, there it is. Well, y'all see that, right? Okay, that's how it is. Well, when I saw it, I went, wait a minute. We have a problem here. We have another problem. There's another problem. I noticed her shadow. There were two lights on her. There were two spotlights. And there was this really interesting, funky, lines that were going up towards the front of the stage. Don't forget, she's walking in a big vagina, but she's standing in a vesica piscis. And look, she's got a shadow going up and a shadow going down. Wow. Wow. Look at her. She's right in the middle of the vesica, the intersection of the two lights. Oh my gosh. It's all probably just a wild coincidence. I was like, oh wow, check it out. Yep, she's got a right side up, and she's got an upside down shadow, and she is dead center of the vesica piscis. That's why they put two spotlights on her. Now all these videos I did a long time ago are really making sense, aren't they? It's like, oh my gosh. Well, I got to show you guys something really funny. When Dave was looking up some images, let me show you what popped up. Here's an image of a guy in a sperm suit, and it shows a bunch of sperm fertilizing an egg, and what's he got in his hand? He's got a sign that says, no sheep. How perfect is that? I mean, come on. Yep. No sheep. Oh, yeah. Susan Harless said, my random image says, red alert. I'm sure it does. It's time. Yep, there it is. Yep, and that's the snare. That literally represents the Garden of Eden. The circle with the bisected line through it. I mean, look at that image. No sheep. Wow. Isn't that wild? Yes, it does. His tail makes a 6. Let me go back to that. Yeah, the tail makes the number 6. It's actually backwards. But yes, it does. What do you think about that? Yeah. Let me show you. Okay, since you've seen Giselle in the vesica, let me show you what that represents. Let me show you a larger version. That's what it represents. Right there on your screen. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that image up for a minute. and we're going to play 5 minutes of Batman. Okay, that's probably enough. Yeah. Well, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We're at the top of the hour, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do a whole bunch more of this. I told you, it's just going to be mind-boggling. So here we go. Let me grab a song.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time. Turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. Some other beginning, and yeah.
All right, here we go. Well, everybody check out my random image. Y'all see the beehive? Everybody see the beehive for my random image here? I can enlarge it for you. Let me enlarge my random image. There you go. There's my random image. Y'all see the beehive? Okay. Let me go back to the show note link. Watch this. Okay, y'all ready to go? Here we go. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let me show you what the Olympic rings stand for. Okay. Y'all see the okay, y'all with me? Uh-huh. They stand for the number 23. There's 2 on the bottom and 3 on the top. You'll see the 2 rings on the bottom, 3 on the top. So we have the number 23. We also have right here the intersection of these 2. It makes an upside down alien head, then a right side up alien head, and then an upside down alien head. Can somebody think of a scripture in the Bible that might fit that? Can anyone think of a scripture in the Bible that might fit those Olympic rings since there's 3 alien heads? Yeah? Can you? How about 3 unclean spirits like frogs leapt from the mouth of the beast, the dragon, and the false prophet? Yep. There they are, right there. Those are the 3 unclean spirits. And that's what runs humanity. Isn't that fascinating? 3 unclean spirits. Can y'all see that if I took this image of the alien right here and moved it right up here to the middle, that represents an alien? Y'all see it? Yeah? Okay, you see this particular alien in here in red? Y'all see all those honeycombs? Can y'all see all that it's all a honeycomb background, yeah? Can y'all see that? Let me show you something really interesting. Dave was looking up, I forgot what he was looking up, but when he was looking it up, if you look at picture D5, one of these places that you buy tickets for Olympic, Olympic venues has all these countries where they sell tickets through this ticket agency. And look what they got. All the different countries are inside a honeycomb. Oh my gosh. I don't know how long I've been telling everybody. It's a hive mind, guys. I'm insane. I remember Chris Hansen and I were doing a video when I was showing everybody this is a hive mind. The whole thing is a hive. It's a big, gnarly hive with the spirit of Satan running it. And the queen bee runs it. That's what y'all saw. Listen, that's what you saw in the Vatican. Remember the big locust, or it looks like a wasp or a locust? Yeah, that's what this is all about. That's the whole story, man. The human race sure turned out to be a different thing than everybody thought, didn't it? It was very mysterious. Nobody really knew where we came from, what the deal was. Now we know. Now we know, don't we? And you know what? Have you noticed this? Have you noticed that when you know, now that you know, it takes the fear out of it, doesn't it? There's no more fear anymore, is there? It's like, yeah, all right, got it. You know why? Because when you know the truth, you know that you go back to God. You're not afraid anymore. It's not knowing. It's the not knowing that screws everybody up. No one has any identity. That's right. When the Queen of England visited the Pope, she gave him honey and whiskey. Right. Yeah. So now we don't have anything to be afraid of, except Tourette's. Dave Shadow knows what I'm talking about, I think. Yeah. The only thing I'm afraid of is Tourette's syndrome. Don't get me going. That's from the movie What About Bob, actually. Really funny scene. All right, now, there's this row of images, F1, F7, F8, F4, F5, F11. Those, I might make Dave come on and explain those in a minute, but I can't really go over those, to be honest. Not right this second, I can't. Let me move to something else for a minute. I want to show you guys. Do y'all remember that we did a video a long time ago on what was it? The Washington Monument, and how the Washington Monument, as the sun changes over the course of the year, the shadow of the Washington Monument makes a yin yang. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that or no? I have the video right here. Let's watch it, okay? Let's watch that video. I want to show it to you guys. It's the obelisk sundial time lapse, and I'm going to show it to you because this is going to blow your minds. Okay, Zaffer, keep an eye on Zaffer. You're on you now, right? Yeah. If you're not on you now, Zaffer, it's called obelisk sundial time lapse yin yang. Okay, all right. So here we go. Let's watch the YouTube video right now. I want to show this to you guys. Okay, put Chinese music to it. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. There it is. Okay. So now I want to show y'all something that now that you've seen that. Okay, here we go. 1 minute. Okay, here we go. Let's go down to picture. Okay. Maybe I've got the cauldron. Let me show you a couple pictures first. Okay. Picture F13 in your show notes is a representation of that, the obelisk sundial thing. Yeah, it makes a 6 and a 9, right? Makes a yin and a yang. Now watch this. Look at picture F3. Picture F3 is part of the Olympic ceremony. What do you notice about? I'm going to let you guys use your spiritual discernment. Okay, first of all, you have a right side up, upside down image touching each other, and where their hands meet, you have the light. You see the light in between their hands? Look at the stage. Look at the stage down here. This is a representation of that cycle. You see it? That is a representation of that cycle. And that cycle is ending. And the cycle is coming to an end. And what's so fascinating about all this is, you know, you can see that the flesh is increasing to a point of everything becoming all about the flesh, and we're about the spirit. And pretty soon, the spirit's going to leave. It's going to be all the flesh. Well, the Bible talks about that. It says, you know, it says, and that will continue until let me try and put that scripture out there in my brain. That which restrains is taken out of the way. That which restrains is God's Spirit. God's Spirit is restraining humanity from turning into a bunch of savages. Because once all the resources go, you know, once there's no food, there's no water, you know, there's no nothing, people are going to turn back to their bestial nature. And everyone is going to kill everyone. And it's going to be kill or be killed. That's going to be the law of the jungle. And that's going to be it. That's what's going to run the earth. And, you know, and then if you want any resources, you'll have to take the mark of the beast, or you'll be fair game for anyone that wants to kill you. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff, isn't it? It's just mind-boggling. We're getting to see it. I mean, we are literally getting to see it, I mean, manifest. This is it. We're watching it. Now, I want to show you guys something really crazy. This is going to blow your mind. Does anybody know who this runner is? Does anybody know who this guy on the screen running is? That is the guy that lit the cauldron down in Rio. But listen very closely. But the picture you're seeing of him, it says 4, 3, 2, 1, or as it may be 1, 2, 3, 4. But that picture of him is an older picture. He was actually attacked. Now listen, this is the guy that just lit the cauldron, which, I'm sorry, it's the clitoris and the giant vagina. That's what he lit. And that is the same guy he ran in the 2004 Olympics. Okay, but check it out. It's odd that he has the number 4321 on his jersey, but let me show you something really odd. Did you know that he was attacked while he was running in the 2004 Olympics? Anybody know that? The guy that's got the 4321 on his jersey was attacked by this guy in the 2004 Olympics. You see the guy attacking him? You see the guy over in Scotland? See the guy attacking him right there? That's in 2004. You're looking at it. That's the same guy that lit the Olympic torch, the cauldron. But let's take a closer look at this crazy guy that's attacking him. Watch this. Let me show you what this guy had strapped to himself. Y'all are gonna freak out. Okay, look at picture K3. Okay, I'm pulling up picture K3. Look what's in his hand. Look at picture K3. That's the guy that attacked him. The second coming is near, says the Bible. The Grand Prix priest. I wonder what the odds are on that. Are y'all looking at it? The guy that attacked the guy in 2004, there he is. He was holding a sign that says the second coming is near. And the same guy that got attacked in 2004 is the guy that lit the cauldron. It's just, you can't make this stuff up, man. I mean, that's like 1 in 7 billion. Yeah, you're right. The colors he's wearing do match. Isn't that odd? He had a Jewish star on him. I forget the guy's name he attacked. I typed it in the other day. I found it, but I can't remember the guy's name. Spatulas, a la spatulas. I'm telling you, folks, it doesn't get any crazier. It does not get any more mind-boggling. It keeps going, though. There's more. There's more. Let's talk about Hillary Clinton for president. Yay, the serial killer. 6 more people died in the last 6 weeks, or I don't know. There's all these guys dying now. The guy, the head attorney that was going after Hillary in the DNC, he's mysteriously dead. The guy from the United Nations that had the goods on Hillary, he's dead. He mysteriously dropped a stack of weights on his throat and crushed his throat, and he was going to come spill the beans on Hillary, and he's dead. But let's look at Hillary's 2 of her logos, everybody. Let's look at picture Q4. Somebody explain to me Hillary's Q4 logo. Well, it's the Twin Towers, by the way. Those are the Twin Towers, and I've always told you the Twin Towers represent what? What do they represent? What do the Twin Towers represent? 2 different DNAs. They represent 2 different DNAs. The seed of the serpent, seed of the woman. One right side up, one upside down. Look at Hillary's logo, would you please? Look at that. Hillary's logo is the Twin Tower. It's the towers. It's the paradigm. It's perfect. It's unbelievable. But it gets better. It always gets better here. It's going to get better right now. Get ready. But this is my personal favorite for tonight's show. Here is Hillary's logo for president. There it is. There it is. It's an H so it's the Twin Towers. Hillary's logo is the Twin Towers with a red arrow going one direction, and it says Hillary for America, and the letter O becomes the eye of the pyramid when you rotate it. Do y'all know what I'm saying? Yeah, do y'all understand? Look at the logo. The two bars of the H are the Twin Towers, and the red bar going across, crossing, represents the plane and the 2 becoming 1. And when you read the words that say Hillary for America, the letter O and the word for becomes the I on the capstone of the pyramid. Y'all see that? That's your presidential candidate. So you can't make this stuff up. So that means that Hillary is Apollyon's choice. It has to. She has literally been chosen by Apollyon. There's no doubt about it. This would be a good... Just look at your pictures, people. That looks like Ozzy got it right. I mean, seriously, if you read Ozzy's lyrics, it's like, oh my gosh. I've listened to preachers, I've listened to fools, I've watched all the dropouts who make their rules. One person conditioned to rule and control. The media sells it, and you live the role. I mean, come on. I mean, it's so crazy. You can't make this stuff up. It's unreal. I mean, look at what you're looking at. I want everybody to just figure this out. Look at what you're looking at. You're looking at Hillary Clinton's logo for the presidency, and it's the Twin Towers destroyed, and it's the new race of beings with the capstone. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's insane. Of course, everything's coming off of the rails on the crazy train. Of course it is. And boy, when it comes off the rails all the way, oh my gosh. You know, all these guys that think they're so tough, I see their comments on YouTube. They're going to be crying like little girls. I guarantee it. Let me show you a side-by-side image so you guys can do the mental, math on this. There you go. There's Hillary's logo rotated sideways. I want you to look at the red pyramid, please. Look at the letter O. See the letter O? They didn't need to use Hillary for president. I mean, this is contrived. This is contrived. Do you see it? What do you think about that? That is the capstone. The letter O represents the all-seeing eye on the capstone, and they're saying they've done it. The two becoming one. By the way, you know what? Here's something really interesting. You know, reptiles, I used to say, well, reptiles have blue blood because the blue bloods are, the elite. But you know what really has blue blood? You know what the real thing is? Does anybody know what really has blue blood? We do know. Well, unoxygenated blood is blue in your veins. No, put reptiles. No, you know what really has blue blood? Real blue blood is animals that have copper in their blood. And you know what animals those are? Take a guess. Take a guess what some of those animals are. Insects. Insects, like locusts. Yeah. Octopuses do too, but insects. I think that's probably why they use the octopus to represent the Illuminati a lot, because it's got blue blood. Oh yeah. Everything makes sense now, doesn't it? Isn't that crazy? Look at this logo, people. Look at what you're looking at. This should be on every news outlet in the world. That and the Vatican and the big giant vagina. I mean, you know. I mean, yeah. Unoxygenated blood. But real blue blood, actual blue blood, is found in animals that have copper in their blood. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. Oh yeah, this is just mind-boggling, isn't it? So let me just kind of roll through the text here. There's let me show you a new clothing line that's out, and then I'll there you go. Look at it. I get these emails from Zoomies because Trin bought a skateboard there. What do you notice about the white sweatshirt? What do you notice about the white sweatshirt? Anything jump out at you? Yeah. Well, if you turn it upside down, it's got the same tongue sticking out of another mouth. See what I mean? Right side up, upside down. Right side up, okay. I want everybody to just do me a favor. I want you to look at this picture. It's picture J. I want you to look at the white sweatshirt. I want you just to look at the image, and you see that the tongue sticking out of the bottom is same as the tongue sticking out of the top, right? Okay, so it's a right side up, upside down paradigm, right? Okay, just remember that. Look at that. Now I'm going to change the image. But in your mind, I want you to hold on to that face. There you go. Hillary, get it? Y'all understand? This race of beings has taken over, guys. This race of beings has taken over. I mean, this is a no-brainer. It doesn't require intellectual thought. This is just like, oh my Lord, we're in deep trouble. Unless you have Christ. Unless you've been saved. Unless you've been turned upside down. That's right. Then otherwise you're in deep trouble. So yeah, things are looking pretty gnarly here at the end. The whole world is about to get the most terrifying wake-up call ever. You know, Jesus said, the end of the world, Jesus said it's going to be the greatest horror the world has ever seen or will ever see. So, I mean, guys, there's been some pretty bad horror. You know, I mean, there's been, you know, Mao Zedong. How many millions did he kill? Hitler. You know, I mean, what about when Jerusalem was besieged by Nebuchadnezzar? They were eating their own dead kids. I mean, this is coming. This is real, people. This is coming. You're looking at Hillary's freaking logo. I mean, her logo is the Twin Towers, the two races of beings. I mean, her other logo is the Twin Towers being destroyed. And she's running for president? You got to be kidding. Here, let me show you another nice. There you go. There you go. She actually has the Twin Towers as her logo. I mean, that's insane. That's just like insanity. So, anyway. So, wake up, time to die. Yeah. It's, yeah, and that's the thing. Those of us that have Christ, we're not afraid of death. Those that don't have Christ, they're scared. They're going to be trying to save their lives. That's why the Bible says whoever tries to save his life will lose it. Whoever loses their life for my sake will find it and gain eternal life. But you got to know everything's upside down or you don't know anything. Yeah, it's just... no, making it real. That's an augmented image of Hillary. Here's a new series that's coming on FX. This guy puts. I mean, it's just so bizarre. It's this guy put staples on this guy's head to close up a wound, and it looks like it makes 96, but one's a question mark. But let me show you some of the images for it. I'll show you this real quick, then we're going to look at a couple of these trailers. There you go. Dave, what's the name of that? Dave, what's the name of that new series? I forgot. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, there's a logo for the series that's coming out on FX. Oh yeah, American Horror Story. Thank you. American Horror Story. Look at that. See, they got the paradigm. They got the right side up, upside down, mirror reflection. See it? American Horror Story. Boy, you cannot make this stuff up. Yeah. So we're coming up to it, folks. It's getting close. We have a government that's gone amok, but it's Satan's government. And that's been proven because 9/11 is Revelation 9/11. They had a king over them, the angel of the bottomless pit. I mean, it's kind of hard to imagine that every police car and every emergency vehicle has that number on it by design. That's Satan saying he owns it all. And people would never even imagine, oh my gosh, no, it's just an emergency number. Wrong. They planned it. They knew it would be Revelation 9/11. And that's their king saying, I own all of this. Owns the police. He owns all of it. That's why most people just don't know the Bible. They're never going to find this out in church because the churches have become the traps where you go to look for God and then they go, oh, we got you. Yeah, let me give you a dose of religion, a bunch of crap. Yeah, you can do the parking ministry. I mean, give me a break. Yeah. Anyway, I don't have a lot good to say about any of the mainstream churches. That's for sure. Yeah, they're not helping people. The people that are looking for help, they stop. Okay, let's see. Nuclear images. Oh yeah, here I forgot about the Avenue of the Americas. Okay, this is gonna blow your mind. Y'all remember the Olympic Village down here? That's in the shape of an upside down triangle with a circle at the tip that's being fertilized by a sperm, and inside the circle is the pentagram. Yeah, y'all remember that? Picture E2 on your screen. I mean, that's actually the Olympic Village. And then the sides of the triangle have DNA going down both sides. That's just mind-boggling. Well, Dave did a little looking, and it's on the 23rd parallel or the 23rd latitudinal line. But let me show you something really fascinating that Dave found. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Picture N5. Okay, we're going to go to picture N5. That's called the Avenue of the Americas, and it's right on the 23rd latitudinal line. Literally 23:0. I mean, it's just right on it, exactly on it. Okay, you're looking at an image of it right there. Okay, so here's the park up here. Okay, here's the park up here. And then right across here is the Avenue de las Americas. And then on this 23rd ley line on this latitudinal line, there's this Mall of the I don't know if it's a Mall of the Americas or, hang on. It's I want to make sure I get this right. It has Americas, hang on one second. I've got so many pictures, it's kind of hard for me to zero in. It's called, oh, here you go, Dave's on hold. Here you go, I'm going to bring Dave on. Dave the Wave.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm glad you came on. Hey, Dave.
Okay. There we go.
I'm in picture N5 and N6,
okay.
And I was going to do N5, N6, N8, and N7. Whatever.
Okay.
It's all you, buddy.
One thing I would do is have people expand N5 on their own computer as well, because a couple things to point out. You know, if you look at the tip of the upside-down triangle in the Olympic Park, the latitude of that marker is like 22.98. So it's pretty much close to rounding up to 23. But if you go to the exact 23 mark, it falls on that Avenue of the Americas, which it's, if you look at the map, it's actually in Portuguese, but that's the translation of it.
Yeah, I've got it right here.
Now the third circle in yellow, which is to the right, that's where that mall is at. And it's actually a famous mall. You can actually find it on Wikipedia. And it's actually called the New York City Center. And what's interesting is the address of it is 5000 Avenue of the Americas. Now, if you look at the picture below it to the right, which is N7,
let me go to
a
N7.
Google Images. Yeah, I took a Google Images screenshot of the front of the mall, and you'll see three yellow arrows pointed to three different things.
Okay, yeah.
You'll see
N7. I got it.
Okay, yeah, you'll see the sign that says New York City Center, and behind that sign is an atom.
Oh, yeah, here you go, right here to the left. Here, let me tell everybody real quick. Everybody on your screen, over to the left, this is literally exactly the 23rd latitudinal line. It's called the New York Center, and it says New York on it, and it has the atom, the structure for the atom going around New York. You know, also kind of like the destruction of New York that's on the $100 bill. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Now you'll also see to the right, there's actually a large statue of the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
And then to the right of that, you'll see a sign for the Cineplex, which there's 18 screens. So you've got New York City, an atom,
and
18 being 666, and you've got the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
now what's interesting is...
Hang on, let me slow you down for a second.
Okay.
Are y'all all with me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear Dave? Yes, it has an 18 on it, so you got 666, Statue of Liberty, and New York with the diagram of an atom on it. Y'all see that? And it's on the 23rd latitudinal line exactly. Yeah. T. Marie, you're probably going to have to reboot your system. Everybody else can hear. Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Okay, now something interesting, too. I'm going to get back to the address of that in a minute. But if you can go back to the last pic, which is N5, and enlarge it, I'll show you something real interesting, too, that I didn't mention.
Okay. So we're going to go back to picture N5. Oh, by the way, you guys can't hear Dave on you now because he's on a headset. I have him on a headset, so there's no audio for you now to hear Dave. I'm sorry. That's just the way it's going to have to be for tonight. I can't change it right now. Okay, where am I going, Dave? What image?
N5. That's the overhead where the latitude lines are.
I got it. I got N5. Okay, there you go. Okay.
And people, for them to see that, they're probably going to have to enlarge that picture themselves, double-click it.
I got it.
Now, if you look at the middle circle, the larger of the yellow, where the Avenue of the Americas is circled,
Right.
not where the mall's at, but the other one, to the left of it,
Okay.
on the left, lower.
Okay, got it.
Now, if you look really close, that neighborhood, that whole stretch along the Avenue of the Americas, if you look at the street layouts, it's all
Looks
right
like
side up and
wavy
upside
line.
down triangles,
Oh, they are.
and then the streets are all wavy like serpents.
Oh, that's really weird. That's pretty odd. It's a really strange layout for a neighborhood. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, the fact that it's on the 23rd line is absolutely insane. I mean, especially because the rings for the Olympics is 2 and 3, 23.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just mind-boggling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, if people can refresh their show notes, I just added a pic a little while ago. Now, that mall, New York City Center, the address is 5,000.
Okay,
When I
well,
looked up the slang. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, give me a second to refresh. Okay, everybody refresh your show notes. Okay, where am I going, Dave, with the refresh?
It's the very, very last pic at the bottom, picture T.
Okay,
And
I'm going
it's the
down.
slang meaning of the number 5,000.
The slang meaning of the word 5,000 means to leave, to exit, to go. I mean, I don't know how many of these things you can do. Hang on, Dave, one sec. I got this 111 call, and usually those are from overseas. Let me just see if it's.
Okay.
Is anyone calling in from overseas right now on the phone?
Yeah, it's me, Zaffer. Can you hear me? But I didn't want to bother
Zaffer,
you
yeah,
guys.
what's up, brother? Yeah, what's up?
You can unmute me back later if you guys weren't finished. I just wanted to show everybody something.
Yeah, come on, Dave, just stay there. What do you got, Zaffer? Yeah.
There's I wanted to show you this thing that's going to be released. It's an expansion of a game, right? World of Warcraft.
Right.
And what's interesting is what's going to happen is there's going to be this gateway, a portal in the game, and it's going to unleash demons into the world. And
oh my gosh.
I can link you some pictures in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like of the expansion page. And if you Google it, you'll find much more about it.
All right. Hey, Dave.
Pretty interesting.
That's crazy. Okay. Well, everything plays out in the physical, I noticed, Everything in the spiritual plays out in the physical. So, yeah, that's crazy. So we'll grab that and throw it in there.
That's all I wanted to show.
All right. God bless you, Zaffer. It's good to hear your voice.
God bless, too.
All right. Take care, Zaffer. God bless.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Yeah. Dave, when you have a chance, would you grab that? Anyway, and keep going, Dave. I'm sorry. Yeah, keep going. So
okay, one thing that's very interesting to point out is you were talking about the yin-yang symbol. Well, if you go up to that line where the yin-yang is at, and the row below it says random image 1.
I got it.
When I was putting the show notes together, my random image, as you can see on that picture, is a necklace with Baphomet in it, the pentagram.
Right.
Which is funny because to the left of it, the pictures in the show notes are actually the pentagram pics from the Olympic Park.
Right.
Now, after I had already put that in, I was talking to you on the phone, and you had asked me if I knew where the picture or the video was from, the obelisk.
Of the obelisk leading yin-yang, I remember.
That makes the yin-yang. And what's interesting is that random image that I have posted, that show note, which the link is in tonight's link, has all the images of the year of the goat. And it also had the yin-yang in it. So what are the odds that the yin-yang picture in the video would be in the exact same link from the random image an hour before.
Yeah, let me try and explain that to everybody. So this is kind of hard to understand, but listen, Dave and I were talking about all this stuff, and I was looking at the stage which had the two guys, right side up and upside down, and I said, hey, Dave, do you know where that video is of the yin yang that the obelisk makes when the sun tracks around it over the year? And Dave was like, no, but he had this random image pop up that is this necklace of Baphomet, and oddly enough, that necklace took him to the page that had the yin yang video on it, right?
Correct.
So the odds of that are like 0. There's no odds. It's impossible. I was saying, Dave, do you know where that video is of the obelisk in Washington? That's the one that's in the middle of the of the Venn diagram in the Vesica Pisces, and he said, no, I really don't know where it is. But the random image that came up was the head of the goat on the necklace, and somehow he went to that show note where that necklace is from, and that's where the yin yang thing was from. That's on the stage in Brazil. I mean, it's impossible. Anyway, I think I got that right?
Yeah, correct. And it's amazing because the yin-yang symbol actually looks like the sculpture they used where the Olympic torch is actually, or the fire is where they settled it. The cauldron.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, they've got that motion sculpture.
Yeah, that's one thing I should show everybody is that motion sculpture before we end it. I don't know, Tom, my show notes are freezing. What happened? Most of my show notes are gone. Weird. Uh-oh. Hang on, Dave. I kind of... Wow, weird. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm having link failure. Uh-oh. Hang on one sec, folks. Let me try and get this back.
Actually, what you can do is, you see where it says like picture 46 and 91?
I got it.
Okay.
I got it, yeah. All right, cool. All right. Let's see, we're down to, okay, we got 10 minutes left. Is there anything else you want to go over?
Yeah, you want me to go over the ceremony pics?
No. You mean rooster?
Well, it doesn't have to be the rooster, but you got the the vines and the 2 X's and
the X chromosomes. You know what? We're gonna do some more of this stuff on the next show. So let's.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do it on the next show, because then we'll be trying to just race. Go ahead.
What I would recommend, then, if we're gonna do it on the next show, in tonight's show note link, there's a link that says Rio Olympics 2016 opening ceremony highlights. And it says watch video. There's in that link, it's a news page. There's a video on the page. It's about 30 minutes long, and it shows the highlights of the opening ceremony. So if people have a chance to watch that, it'll kind of make it easier to understand some of the clips.
I've highlighted that on y'all's screen. If y'all look at you now, right now, it says Rio Olympics 2016 opening ceremony highlights. Watch video. Okay, go watch that video. It's 30 minutes long, and we'll be talking about some of that next show. Anyway, and then I'm gonna play this cauldron video going up, and then we're gonna call it a night. All right, Dave DeWitt. Thank you, brother.
Okay.
All right, man. I'll catch you in a bit.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna play this cauldron lighting video. Check this out. There you go. Just watch this. Now, don't forget what part of the anatomy it is. I mean, this is crazy. This is, look out, mate. Look. Wait a minute. Hang on one sec. Look how it makes the same thing as the shadow. It makes the exact same thing of the shadow on the lawn of Washington D.C. that's in the obelisk that's in the middle of the vesica. Watch. I'll pause it. Hang on. Let me Here we go. Let's try it again. Watch this. Okay, here it goes. Watch. There it is. See it? Look right here. Watch this. Look. Look at my finger. Look right here. See how the whole thing moves? It's identical. Do you see it? Are you guys watching that? Anybody in the chat room? Can you guys see that? Well, look how it makes the same exact thing like the 6 and the 9. See it? Oh my gosh. Look. See? Oh my gosh. That's mind-boggling. See it? Just keeps coming out, the same thing. Wow. 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 It just keeps producing the same yin-yang image. Look. Wow. Wow, look at that. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's just mind-boggling. All right, folks. Well, I hope y'all had a good spatula mind destroyer evening. I'm just, at this point, my brain is like shot. All right. Well, God bless you guys. And, yeah, that's what that light represents, is that's exactly right. Alyssa wrote, the light that represents our souls going through the portal. Absolutely. Because look what it is. It's all, the whole stadium is a vagina. And all those little lights represent, the souls that come into this dimension. And don't forget, most of them become food for Satan. I mean, isn't this just mind-boggling stuff? I mean, mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. All right, guys. Well, listen, God bless you. And, yeah. God bless you. And I know we're going home. Okay, I'm going to turn you off, and I'm going to let the song play out on Blog Talk tonight.
I'm a dreamer, but my heart's of gold. I had to run away and hide, 'cause I couldn't go home. Just when things went right, suddenly it all went wrong. Just take this song and you'll never feel left all alone. Take me to your heart, feel me in your bones. Just one more night and I'm coming off this long and winding road. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, home sweet home.
All right, guys. God bless you and good night. Jesus is coming.